Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another series of podcast. I am Chandan Palwar from Grow Junction. I welcome you all to a gonna be insightful marketing and a brand management focused podcast that is powered by Grow Junction. Today we have a brand manager at Mapro Foods Private Limited with us, Miss Aishwarya Naidu. Prior
Hi,
joining, uh, yeah, hi. So before just I just want the audience to let know about her graduation. So she completed her MBA from IIM Ahmedabad, the prestigious institute in our country. Now let's welcome her on board. Hi, Shwarya.
hi, Chandan. I'm so sorry I did the hi before and I blocked you.
Yeah, I just felt in between that you were two-way excited more than me while conducting this
Yeah,
podcast.
it's
Right.
my first podcast, so I'm sorry if I'm not able to entertain.
No. The more candid it is, the more better it is, I believe.
Right.
Right. So, coming forward, like you are a brand manager at basically a food company. So,
Yes.
just let us know about your introduction. So, we would love to hear about you, your journey till this position, your journey through IIM Ahmedabad. So, what made you decide? What made your life the way you are currently at?
Right. So, to start with, let me introduce myself first before I got branded and everything. If I have to define myself, I'm a very curious soul. Whenever I see something new, I'm like, मेरे को ये करना है. So even I am was one of such things, and as time passed, things came in way, and I was like, I would try this, and I got my way through. So,
Okay.
to give a background of myself, I am a Tamilian and ancestrally I'm a Telugu, and I got settled in Bhopali. I'm a Surma Bhopali. So, and then I got my education from there. And to give a background, my mother is a teacher. So, I got a patience of hers. And my father is an agriculture department officer. So, when I completed my 12th first, I was like, my dad was like, okay, you have to get into a medical institute because, we don't have a doctor in our family. I was like, okay, I'll do it. And then, even when my mind got through, that, I wanted to do IIT, I wanted to do, aeronautical engineering and everything. But for that, I was like, okay, let's get through the medical entrance examinations.
Okay.
And then I got through a private medical college, and I was like, no, there is no point of putting in so much of effort when I don't have a lot of interest in it. So
Right.
because my dad was from the agriculture background, he just told me, just try to give the agriculture examination. And I was also interested in lot in science and agricultural sciences. So I was like, okay. Then I gave Indian agricultural examinations, and I got through it. And I got through College of Agriculture Indore, and that was the plan for that
Okay.
sort of part. So in the last year, we have a agricultural work experience at the end of the 3 years. So there I was exposed to a typical farmer background and the entire setup. And we got to know, what are the agricultural practices. We went to a Jhabua, it's actually a tribal area
Yeah.
in MP.
Okay.
And instead of we going there and telling them ki nahi ye karna hai, we were like, okay, let's see what they do, because that is something which they do it indigenously. So we got to learn a lot. And during the entire phase, I really got to I really got to realize this thing that there are farmers, a lot of farmers who are doing, there are a lot of scientists who are doing. There's a huge gap between them. The knowledge is not being transferred, their produce is not being sold. That's still a lot of gap in the agriculture sector, although 60% of the population is involved. I really felt the gap that could be filled in by the management. So
Okay.
I said, okay, I'll give my management examinations, and I gave CAT. I specifically filled into getting into FEBM program of IIM Ahmedabad because it's ranked the number one in world. And I got through it. Luckily, my interview was amazing. I was asked a very good hypothetical question, which I was able to justify it very well, and I got into it. And throughout my journey, I was in a convent school, and I was in a missionary school. So
Okay.
the entire setup was, very amazing. It was a good English speaking community. And then suddenly I went into an agriculture college, and then suddenly I came into IIM Ahmedabad. So my whole journey was a huge roller coaster. Through all this journey, I learned just one thing, that you need to adapt yourself according to the environment which you are in. And that helped me to get through my IMA journey also. So throughout the IMA journey, IMA's first year is very rigorous. And in a whole community of 450 people, there were around 250 to 80 engineers who were from IIT, and I was the only person from BS Agriculture.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. And there was so much of just rigorous studies, including
Right.
maths, accounts, and everything. And I was looking for it for the very first time, because when I got into agriculture and then biology and everything, there was a huge gap of around 8 years of not being in touch with maths.
Right.
And even when I got through CAT entrance examinations, I used to join a lot of communities on WhatsApp, and I used to ask such tiny and stupid questions in maths, that just tell me this, how come this, how come this, how come this. And people used to think, yaar, isko agar ye bhi nahi aata to maybe CAT mein kaise. And there was a particular conversation I remember on the WhatsApp chat. They
Okay.
just ऐसे conversation चल रहा था, तो they were like, yaar, who want to get into what kind of college. I just wrote IIM Ahmedabad. And people were like, yaar, ye to bahut zyada chote questions पूछती है, how come is she able? I
Okay.
literally remember that people used to laugh at me, but I was like, no, if I get embarrassed here, I'm not going to make it if I don't clear out my doubts and everything. So that was that, and I got into it, and I was like, okay, agar main ye kar sakti hu, to I can do a lot of other things. So I do have a can do attitude in my life a lot. Even if I'm not a sports person, I'll just go there and I'll say ki, acha, this is lawn tennis, I can do this. That I will just jump in, and then I'll figure out how I have to do it. But that's what my personality have been throughout my life, that I jump in first, and then I think, okay, how to do it, I can do it.
Okay.
And this attitude got me through IMA. Of course, the journey was very tough. There were a lot of problems. Couple of times in between, I slipped into depression, but I said, no, I have to gear up again, and then I have to jump back into the game, and I have to keep it going. So that was the thing. And the one thing which I think I did it less in my 2 years of MBA was that I networked less with people. I think that is the key when you get into an MBA college. Of course, the academics is really good in IMA, but the thing that you have to do from your side is to network very, very well. My personal suggestion to literally everyone in the MBA college would be attend as many as seminars or everything. Eat people's head. Just ask them questions. Ask through their journeys, and most importantly, ask them what they did not. What not to do.
Okay.
Instead of going about, how did you become a successful person, just go and ask what not to do in the entire phase, and that will help you a lot. So this was my journey till IMA. And yeah.
Well, your journey, like, you made me flow into your story line.
Yeah.
So the thing is, why? So I am having, couple of thoughts, couple of questions in my mind while you were introducing yourself. So at first, do you believe that having, Tamilian background, and then all over Bhopal, you were into Bhopal for a couple of years. So
Yeah.
do you believe that having a different culture, like having a back from different two cultures, so it could be a strength to one person, like you must be benefited in such a way?
So I won't say that my background had any role in it, because usually South Indians are very hardworking. I was not hardworking.
Right.
I
No.
was I was a person who always chose smart work over hard work. Like,
Okay.
not to stereotype, but yeah. What I feel is that conditioning is the most important thing that changes a person. I mean, you choose your own company, right? Even if you're from whatever background, if you have two things, that's willing to learn, and the second thing is that you want to accompany yourself with good people, with someone who can you can learn from someone, or any kind of background, any kind of a person. Even if you find one person, meet that person's side and ask them what they had gone through their entire life. I think that's the one thing which can even change your life if you don't have a background. So
Right.
I think educational institutes come into play at these specific times. That, like, I don't have any kind of a business background, so I
Okay.
don't know. I never knew how a business work. Account में क्या करना होता है, profit and loss statement क्या होता है. But if you get into any college, then you learn. And even if you get into any company, you just go different people. You don't look towards कि नहीं मेरे को MD से ही सीखना है. You
Right.
can go even to a production worker and you can learn from them. Ask them critical questions. Ki if you're handling this particular products line, what are the critical stages? If you are given one day, कि जैसे one day CM जैसे, अगर एक दिन तुमको प्रोडक्ट लाइन मिल गया है, तो अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम आ गया है, तो what point you will go and solve it first.
Right.
So that's the kind of thing that you have to keep in mind.
While you're speaking, so the thing that I could understood by till now is that you're a personality that make herself into a position that she aims to, and
Yeah.
then once she is in the position, in that particular position, once she achieves to be in that position, then she considers if the position is good or bad for her. So
Yes.
yeah, moreover, like most of the population in our country, I think most of the society do not have this approach. And even I don't have this approach, to be honest. And people are just like, we need to plan accordingly, we need to have, at first we need to have aims, then we need to plan accordingly, then we need to draw a SWOT analysis, SWOT analysis kind of a thing. So
Yeah.
this could be something that is done. So don't you believe that having your plans aligned and having your aims aligned could be a better way, or the approach that you handle once you enter this particular position and then you reconsider that, is it wrong or is it bad? And what if the current position that you are in currently seems to be bad? So what's your opinion on this?
Okay. So, I have seen throughout my life, I have come across people who, question themselves. A lot of time, goes in, I can do this and someday I will do this. And, you just, from my personal opinion, you can just wait for it. Like, if I have a good idea and I know something that is gonna work in the future, you should just go for it if you have the confidence. And if you just sit at one place and you think this is going to happen, I think
Okay.
that thing will be just stuck there.
That
It
is
won't
true.
move. It won't move until unless you just quit everything and you just go towards it. It won't happen. One example I'll give you is in my life. There was a time when I took a drop and I was nowhere. I was nothing. And my parents were scared of me a lot. They were like, "Ki kuch to kar lo beta, you haven't even given the GRF examinations that were for the MSc." I was like, nahi, mere ko yahi karna hai, and I'll go through it. Of course, the period was very tough, but the incentive that you have, if you really like something, then that's your incentive. And if you go towards it, putting everything, I think you can get it. So you should always have the go and get attitude, because why? In today's generation, when Shark Tank is becoming so successful right now, it's a buff, right? So abhi a lot of people are into, just jaake bas karne ka hai. So even if you think one day, 100 people are ahead of you.
Right. Right. So I think just to rechannelize your thoughts that I collected or I dotted while you're speaking. So just to rechannelize your thoughts and your idea of approach to the lovely audience is that Aishwarya having an approach, just she prioritize the plan of execution more than the plans or the plan to
Yes.
start. So I think that's
Yes.
a quite good approach, and most of the people just are stuck. It has been surveyed by a very renowned consulting firm. I would not name that consulting firm due to some legal foundation. So it has been surveyed that more than 85 percentage of the startups that are about to start are yet not started, just in a ideation part itself. So well, the
Right.
plan of execution is very very important. So well,
Yes.
coming forward with your work, what exactly do you work like as a brand manager at your company, and what are the standard roles and responsibilities that you believe in your daily activities?
Right, right. So, when it comes to Mapro, so Mapro is into manufacturing a lot of confectionery items. So, what our MD believes, and when I joined here for the on the very first day, he told me, just I was just writing something on a piece of paper, and I was like, drawing a framework, and he just came to me and he was like, first you need to unlearn the things, and then you always have to start like it's always the day one. I know
Okay.
it's the Amazon's way of working, but yes,
Exactly.
it is the day one.
Okay.
And you whenever you enter any kind of brand or a company or an organization, you really need to unlearn all the things that you have learned, all the jargons, all the frameworks, and you need to first, what he told me and what I did was spend an entire week on one product line. So it almost took me about 4 to 5 weeks only inside the factory, although my work was plainly on the laptop. But I just went inside, I understood the manufacturing of the products, how it takes place, what the people who are working behind the product line, what are their thinking, what's their thinking about the products, and while they make any particular product, what is the thought that goes into their mind, what is the feeling, what is the emotion. So whenever you enter an organization, there's a particular set of feelings or emotions which are inclined with the product.
Right.
So when it comes to brand management, first you need to know what is the story behind the brand, and that's, I think, one most important thing which I learned, because storytelling is something which hammers a particular emotion or a feeling inside the customer's head. If you don't understand the story, then your customers won't be able to associate that feeling with the story.
Right.
It's similar, it's almost very very similar to the Amul. If you think about Amul, suddenly the one thing that pops out into my mind is that Amul girl, and how she's able to connect with all sorts of age categories and the target audience. So this was the first thing which I which was the role.
Okay.
And even right now I am in my learning phase. The first year I thought कि मेरे को ऐसा कुछ नहीं करना है कि बस मैंने पढ़ लिया तो I'll जाके implement it. First I was like, I have to learn and understand everything that goes behind a brand. So
Wow.
how you tell a story about a brand, how you communicate. If you are saying that you have good things about your product, then you need to communicate it. So
Right.
communicating through an experience is what is most important in branding.
Okay. So
Yeah.
well, thank you so much, like for letting us know about your about your work as a brand manager at Mapro Foods Private Limited. So before we know further into your domain, so we would like to know about Mapro Foods Private Limited, what it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as I told you, Mapro is into manufacturing all the confectionery items.
Right.
If you remember Falero, it was a
Yeah.
bachpan ka pyar for a lot of people. So
Okay.
Falero was the first which came into market as a jelly. I think all the Alpenliebe, Just Jelly, and everything came after that. And Mapro is also into manufacturing a lot of good and premium quality chocolates,
Okay.
and ketchup, sauces, toppings, and a lot of other candy.
Jams also maybe.
Yeah, jams. Jams are the, jams, crushes, lounge syrup, a whole lot of range. They're also coming up with a new, a section called Snackery and Cupcakery. So it contains all the nachos and khakras and cookies of all the flavors, choco chips and this and that. So while we were working, we had a lot of R&D work which was going on. And the best part of being in a food industry, that you get to taste a lot of things which are going
Right,
on.
right, true.
Yeah, yeah.
That I believe. So, like having a background, you were having a background in BSc in agriculture. So,
Yeah.
did you like it? It was pre-planned in your case that you must be joining any industry related to agriculture. So you joined, So I just want to let the audience know that Ishwarya did her summer internship in the while she was pursuing her MBA at IIM Ahmedabad.
Yeah.
So she was pursuing her market research intern at Punjab Agri Export Corporation
Yes.
Limited, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
all the industries or all the companies, is it coincidence that you're working in a companies that are associated with agriculture, or it is pre-planned?
No. See, in my case, as I told you, nothing is pre-planned, and somehow, I think it's just that I'm a foodie, or my love towards the food takes me again and again through it. But there was somewhere one question and one problem statement which is always there behind, at the back of the mind, that hey, really, it's a cliched dialogue that 60% of the population is involved in agriculture, and yet they are not able to generate a lot of income through it, and the ROI it's so bad. I mean, it's so less, and that one question keep me going through all the let's say internships or the projects I have worked on. And in my agriculture college also, I took up a project which was related to food processing. And then in my internship also, I even in my CAT ka, one of the interview questions which actually got me through the interview was related to the food question. So it was nothing else. So it's just that because you understand and you can associate something, and you have seen and experienced it very well, and so you're able to relate your logic, your reasoning, and everything into it. And so it gets me going with it. I mean, I'm able to problem solve a lot of things. It won't be the same case with me when if I let's say go to a real estate sector or a finance sector, because I won't be able to associate my feelings very well with it.
Okay.
So that's the thing.
Okay. So like having, so I think, we can assume that if Ishwarya is not after food industry, so food industry is after Ishwarya.
Yeah.
Having having in mind that she also received one of the question related to food and while she was appearing as her CAT examination. So
Yes.
well, I think that could be, that could be your destiny. Who knows? So you
Yes.
might end up in the
Even
food
in the
industry.
future, I want to do something for the food industry or the
Okay.
agriculture industry.
Okay.
Yes.
So while like as the future aspects are concerned, so what's your vision and goals in life? Maybe 10 years down in the line.
Okay. Okay. So, from my personal opinion, every person from a finance perspective should always have at least three jobs. And that will be my suggestion to all the people who are in our age category, or a 90s bacha,
Okay.
or even the Gen Zs. You should always have three of
Okay.
your goals. One is something which you can call it a passive income. You could start up something which creates income for you, and that is some idea that you always think in your mind that someday I'll do this.
Right.
But because it does not have a lot of scope, or but you just have to do it. So that is one
Right.
aspect.
Okay.
One is the idea which is very trending and which you think can catch up fire, and it can disrupt the market. I would say go for it.
Okay.
because nothing is impossible. Even if you have any idea of a product in, let's say FMCG sector, just go for it, do the R&D work. And there are a lot of marketing tactics that are available. We are not in our 1990s. So you can always market your product, you can always find a target audience. So that would be my one suggestion.
Okay.
And yes, the third, I'm not so sure. I mean, the people who are able to cope up the startup and the job together, I don't know. But
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So
There's
actually,
always a passion. I mean, there's, yeah, the third thing is that there's always one passion. For me, that is painting. Someday, I see myself 30 years later, if I'm alive, and if the World War III does not, exist, then I see myself in Italy painting
okay.
somewhere and earning for a living. So that will be one thing. Never, never, never leave your passion. That will be
All right.
one thing. Yeah.
Okay. So, I think that's quite a wonderful thought. Having your three sources of income. One is your passive income that you might generate while not dedicating your time into the business or
Yes.
any sort of job. Second
Yes.
is your active income, your your maybe startup. So you could do some startup, you could do some your job. Maybe third is your passion.
Yes.
So your painting, as in like maybe who knows, your paints, your artwork might be auctioned 10 years down the line.
That's the dream.
All right. Well, coming forward, so as we all know that you're a brand manager and had your sales and marketing in your MBA at IIM Ahmedabad. So how, and how an marketing enthusiast can make themselves recruit under sales and marketing domain by companies. So what could be the suggestions do you want to give to the people who are either pursuing their MBA or to the people who are currently looking for a job change into marketing domain? So what suggestions do you want to give to those people in terms of certifications, in terms of books to read, in terms of skills to gain, or in terms of anything?
Okay, okay. So that's a very elaborate question,
Right.
but I'll just answer it very shortly and to keep it very simple.
Sure.
First thing, if you're in any MBA college, start going through all the case studies, take all the marketing case studies very seriously. Apart from all the discussions that take place in the class, always go through and discuss through discuss it with your friends after the class, what they really think about. Because a lot of times, it used to happen that, I'm an introvert most of the time,
Okay.
but a lot of times it used to happen in the class that I feel like कि अगर मैं ये बोलूंगी तो कुछ होगा तो नहीं, लोग मेरे पे हंसेंगे तो नहीं. So I know a lot of people think like this, that people will laugh at you. But if you think so and you can't speak in the class, just go home after the class, discuss it with your friends, and look for all sorts of possibilities. Always after a case study, go and look also in any sort of website, Google it कि एक्चुअल में क्या हुआ था, उसका सोल्यूशन क्या हुआ था. लेट्स से इफ यू आर गोइंग फॉर अ केस स्टडी ऑफ नेस्ले का नेस्कैफे, then you can see ki what actually had solved that problem statement. And try to think in such a way that if that particular case study, if it's very old, think कि अगर आज के डेट में this problem would exist, what would be the solution. That will be the first thing.
Okay.
Always don't never ever stick to marketing jargons and frameworks, because that is old school now. The traditional marketing is way back, and it does not implement in all the kinds of situations now. I would suggest take up all the course that you think are aligned with the marketing. Take up Coursera ke courses if you feel that your college does not have that particular course. And that's the second thing. Like, always keep up with the pace. Even I am learning UX designing from the Coursera, because article digital marketing is one thing that all the marketing firms are expecting.
Okay.
Performance marketing, growth marketing, and digital marketing are the three most important things that the firms are expecting. So
Okay.
so make sure you go through all the concepts, and also make sure, even if you have a free time, not for money, but get associated with some kind of firm or a startup. Ask them what are they looking for, ask them how you can help them, and learn whatever they are they are implementing. Also, I would suggest go through all the tools like Google Analytics,
Okay.
go through Hootsuite if you can, and
Okay.
Mailchimps and everything, all the tools and analytical tools that you can go through, because that is one thing which is very trending, and it is, I think, mandatory for all the firms that they are asking for.
Right.
So make sure that you tick you tick all the check boxes that are there in marketing domain, because you can't just get away by saying that what you have learned in the college. It does not work. It absolutely does not work.
Okay.
The standards have gone this high for marketing because literally all the people think that marketing is very easy, and it's not a rocket science. So everyone go for it.
All right.
So keep your standards up. That's what.
Well, I think that could not be possible. Like that could not be in a better explanation. So it was precise and it was constructive in its own terms. So I think the way Ishwara you explained all the three parameters on how a marketing enthusiast can pursue his or her life ahead in order to gain or in order to get or recruit themselves into a marketing firm or marketing domain. So I don't believe that there could be a better explanation to that. So well, I believe even while you're speaking, so being a marketing enthusiast itself, I had noted your pointers itself. So I think well, if not the viewers of this video, I am too a marketing enthusiast. So coming forward, like I sometimes wonder, like hiring a particular person as a brand manager to a company. So let's suppose the brand is Felero. Okay, your company's brand is Felero. So is it like there is only one brand manager that is for Felero in an organization, or there could be multiple brand managers?
There can be multiple brand managers, but let's say if you really have a bigger brand like Falero, which has already established itself as a separate brand, yes, you can.
Okay.
And we were also into hiring other brand managers for other brands as well, because we
Okay.
wanted to promote Mazana as a separate brand, as a premium chocolate.
Okay.
And yeah, you can have multiple brand. It just depends on the scale, and if or not the brand has established itself as a separate brand from the parent company. Like all of the Mapro crushes and syrups still come under a Mapro as a whole.
All right. I
Yeah.
think that is fine. That is like something that was something a mysterious question to most of us. So like having a mind, brand manager is a term that is that particular person is a manager to particular brand,
Yeah.
but it is not only associated that there could be only one brand or a company is restricted to hire only one brand manager to a brand. So I think that must have solved a few of the questions that were running in the mind of the viewers. So well, like I also sometimes what if I believe that there's some sense of self insufficiency in most of the people. So like
Yeah.
like currently I am whatever I am must be pursuing in life, so there must be some sense of self insufficiency that अगर मैं ऐसा करता life में तो आज
Hmm.
मैं ऐसा होता. So
Hmm.
we generally have an outlook to some problem. We actually create problems. So the tendency of humans are to create problems and then solving the self created problems.
True.
So what do you think, like do in your case, so is there any kind of self insufficiency, and if yes, if you could turn back in time and talk to your own 18 years old self, what would you tell your own self that time?
Okay. If you would have asked this question about 4 years earlier, I would have said yes कि मैं काम करती हूँ. I'll go back in time और मैं medical entrance exam इस बार नहीं दूंगी. मैं aeronautical engineering के लिए जाऊंगी. But now when I look back in my life, and the things which I have learned is that I never and will never regret anything that has happened, whether good or bad. That's my take on the life. on my life, because if I look back, I'll say that over these years I have become much stronger. Yes, I have definitely improved my skills over the time, but there are still few skills which I think that I could have mastered, but I did not. But that did not keep me from learning anything new. Even when I have achieved a significant things in my life, I still feel that I am lacking in a lot of things, and I do have a lot of potential, and I can use it. um, Even at this point of time, I really think sometimes about quitting my job and starting again with the UX designing, because being from an art background, I really love to draw. And designing and UX is something which I started through Coursera, and I thought that this seems really interesting. And I think that nothing can stop me if on someday I feel that I can take an entry level job in that. So I don't regret anything, because a lot of things have happened uh, sort of bad, but those situations helped me grow. I
Well,
mean, I won't say keep the things which led me to depression in my I maker journey, I'll go and change back. No, I let it happen, because the person I am because that things happened to me. Those things happened to, and you can always turn around
right,
the
right.
time. Yeah.
I think that is something unique about your personality. So you itself having, a proper self sufficiency in your life. And I think that is one of the positive aspect that kept you strong and that kept you, moving ahead instead of, criticizing your, like your few failures or having not to work on those. So I think the particular podcast, the domains that needs to be covered has been covered successfully. So before we end this particular podcast, just one last question.
Yeah.
Any three suggestions to the people who are currently watching this video in order to get themselves enrolled into the position that you are currently in? Any three tips?
Okay. Any three tips? Okay, that's a very broad question. But tip number one: never think that you don't know anything. If you don't know anything, you can always go and learn. This is very cliched point, but a lot of people are not able to absorb it.
Okay.
It's a very common point, but a lot of people are not able to do it because they think that नहीं आता यार तो कर नहीं पाएंगे, उसको ऑलरेडी आता है, अपन से धुरंधर लोग बैठे. Never have that thought.
Right.
A lot of people call me overconfident, but I tell them I'm not overconfident, I'm confident. So that is one thing.
Okay.
Second thing is that you can always change whatever position you are in. If you just want to if you think that your certain idea has potential in it, always quit it, go and start it. Never just sit back and think and spend a lot of time in planning.
Okay.
It never works that way. Just go it and do it. Third, I would always say that always and always surround yourself with good people, because that is what will keep you going. Network as much as possible, meet new people, know their stories, it helps you a lot. And always maintain a small journal in which you can keep writing your thoughts, your ideas, because you never know what comes into your mind, and you should not forget that.
Well, that could be, that could not be better sincere advice to the people. So I think the parameters that you said, so the major threshold of this particular podcast was that you should not, just be stuck into the planning stage, but moreover you just, have a plan to execute. So the
Yeah.
execution is, I think in terms of Ishwara, execution is more important than the planning itself. So
Yes.
don't stuck yourself in the planning stage. Start acting on those and start implementing the execution part. So well, concluding this podcast, well, thank you so much, Ishwarya, for getting on board with us with Grow Junction. And I'm sure the podcast, the agenda that needs to be covered has been covered successfully, and the viewers of this video must have been benefited in their either ways.
Thanks, Chandan. It was a great opportunity, even being a fresher, being given this opportunity was very good. Thank you so much. It was very amazing.
Well, thank you so much. So we shall call it a day. And for the viewers, we'll be launching another podcast with another mind, another personality very, very soon. Stay excited and stay tuned. Well, thank you.